How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I'm not a big Twitter person, but I try to interact. I've been on Twitter quite often today, and there's been some Twitter battles. I'm going to take this family on this journey. You already see what the title is about, so you know pretty much what subject I'm on. And give a shout out to my girl, Nicole's View. We're going to start with Nicole's View. And Nicole's View says hair. What does it say here? Nicole put here. Okay, it was she retweeted what this brother posted. The Voice channel on YouTube. This is who I stand with. I stand with my creator. I stand with the black community. I stand with Snoop Dogg. I stand with Vanessa Bryant and her family. I stand with Bill Cosby. I do not stand with systemic racism and white supremacy and the shook ones who keep it going all day. And I don't know how long this is going to last. This is all I've been seeing on Twitter. You know? And it has finally came to a head. This shit about bashing black men unapologetically is ridiculous. And the elephant in the room is the nefarious things that the white man do. We're going to keep it core. And how Oprah Winfrey and Gayle purposely go out of their way to ignore these things. And so people in the royal family up in their feelings, or even people that are fans of certain people, are demonstrating how they feel. So it ain't just necessarily the entire royal family. And there is no way Gayle and Oprah can justify this shit. And but what I like about it, my royal family, things are being revealed. There's Les Moonves with his rapist ass too. And there's Gayle with Charlie Rose, and she used to screw him. Yeah, we're gonna get deeper into this. And so when people are feeling some kind of way, these are the things that will pop up. You know, Oprah considered Weinstein with his illiform penis her best friend. But they won't say a word. You can put this in their face and they hear about this. They don't say a word. And it didn't work out quite like they thought it was going to work out. So they went and drug up their little army. And, you know, and people are defending them. And they've been rubbing shoulders with the enemy for a minute, you know. But Oprah had no problem dragging Michael Jackson, disrespecting Papa Joe. I remember when after Michael passed and Miss Catherine graciously allowed that demon in her house, she was proceeding on with the interview, and Papa Joe showed up and she said, "What are you doing here?" I'll never forget that shit. I'll never forget that. Now I have a video that I'm gonna put this link after after y'all watch this, and I want y'all to listen to this video, and Taj Jackson say some deep things. And when me and Lisa interviewed Taj, we had like an interview behind the scenes, and he said some deep things. And I know one thing I can say, because I'm not going to breach. I'm not going to do that, Taj. But the one thing that I know I can say, I asked Taj, why is such hatred for Michael? Why is Oprah doing this? And he said something real deep. And I said, even I can't remember that damn singer to come to me in a little bit. It's another singer that hates his guts too. I said, why would they want to do this to your uncle? And he said, they want his spot. You ain't gonna get Michael's spot. There ain't gonna never be another Michael. Just be happy in your space. That's why I don't have that thing in me. I know what jealousy is, but I don't understand jealousy. I'm one of those people, maybe I'm rare. I take joy in seeing my people, my family, win. It's like me and Lisa Cabrera, we tight. I remember Lisa didn't have a channel. She would watch me and others. One day somebody told me Lisa had a channel. Her channel, I've been on YouTube longer than Lisa. I celebrate Lisa, and I celebrate any of y'all that decide to put a channel up. I'm going to celebrate you, because all I care about is the information getting out. And this is a hurting thing to see these things. So as we continue on. So this is what's been trending on Twitter. I stand with Gail. So when I seen that this morning, I'm thinking I'm going to get this, but I get something else. I'm thinking people going, and there was people that said what they had to feel, but they took I stand with Gail and took it to a whole different level. You know how we put our spin on things. So like somebody would say, well, I stand with Gail and Bill Clinton. I mean, he does need friends after all. He was impeached for sexually abusing a female intern for oral sex in the Oval Office. Oh, and they take joy in taking pictures with these predators. We are looking at predators. So Oprah and Gail are cool with predators as long as they are the enemy. And that's what I was seeing in here, because I was like, damn. And like this one sister said here, stop making Gail the victim. She's old as hell and know what she is doing. And what she didn't factor in was the blowback that she would receive. The only victim in this is Kobe, because like a coward, she waited until he was gone to try to tarnish his legacy. All right. Here's another one. I stand with Gail. Hashtag is dumb. You don't ask tough questions and play victim and then say it was taken out of context. Gail King, you double down and suggest because Lisa and Kobe were friends, she would be able to see another side of Kobe. You question her integrity and insult her intelligence. And our folks, let's see what we got here. Let's look at this. I'm going to show what people putting. Let's get this thing started. Here we got the volume up.
Don't ever.
Let's go. Okay. Let's see.
Don't ever go with the flow. Be the flow. And I don't need no middleman to talk to my niggas. Where we differ. I take what's mine, you accept what they give you, I get you. You know niggas die for equal pay, right? You know when I work, I ain't your slave, right? You know I ain't shucking and jiving and high-fiving. You know this ain't back in the days, right? Lucy, you got some splaining to do. The only one they hating on look the same as you. Let them continue choking niggas. We gonna turn style. I ain't your token nigga. Well, I can't tell how the way they killed Freddie Gray, right? Shot down Mike Brown, how they did Trey, right? It's politics as usual.
All right, let's go on to the next phase. Like I said, we're going on a journey today, my royal family. We're going to look at some things. I'm just basically showing what how people are people are expressing themselves. So somebody thought, they was going to be smart and cute and put up, I stand with Gail. And let me see. As she stand with white supremacy to degrade black men. Yes, we are talking about black men. We are standing up for our kings. Enough is enough. And then they want to play dumb with this. So let's blow this up and hear what this person got to say. 2 minutes of this.
Number of highly successful TV shows, and he took CBS from being a struggling network to the undisputed leader of network television. And yet, for some damn reason, Apple Plus doesn't want to do any documentaries about Les Moonves. They're not talking to his victims. There's an entire freaking report about him written by his own former company, and yet Apple Plus isn't doing any documentaries about that. And Orca isn't looking to headline any documentaries about that. She's not looking to rubber stamp or to lend her America's best black friend cred to that. So when we're talking about white men, Oprah Winfrey is MIA. She's not looking to lead the charge against them. But whenever we're talking about a black man, oh, well, I can't stand with this person anymore. See, that's proof that Michael Jackson's guilty as hell, because I have said that I just can't defend him anymore. So I'm giving the green light. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Go in on him. You paid me to. You paid me to say this crap, and I'm saying it. That's the reason why this is happening. Les Moonves decided not merely who worked and who didn't work at Viacom, or rather CBS's corporate office. He decided who worked and who didn't work on a number of stations, not just CBS alone. He decided whether or not you had a career or not. If Les Moonves decided that he liked you, or at the very least that he didn't have anything against you, well, even if your TV show goes under, like Simon Baker, that dude had a number of shows on CBS. Don't worry, there'll always be another show that they'll always float another pilot your way. You just stay on the boss's good side, and you'll go from the I forget what his first TV show on CBS was. What was it, The Advocate or something, or The Defender or something? Then he had that show with Ray Liotta, Smith. Talk about a generic name for a generic nothing. And then finally, The Mentalist. Well, third time's a charm, I suppose. But that's what happens if the boss likes you. Doesn't matter how many flops you have. If you're a white guy, you're going to get an unlimited number of new tries, like a video game. Number of highly successful TV shows.
That's truth. He's speaking truth. Like I said, we're going to go on this journey. We're just going to look through a few of these hashtags. I stand with Gail. What we got here? I don't often do white supremacy, but when I do, I call Gail and Oprah. Boy, I'm telling you. I have to admit, this is the longest I ever been on Twitter. Let's see here. Another I stand with Gail. Hello. No, Gail isn't here. She's at a white supremacist meeting. Boy, folks is expressing thyself. Boys will be boys. Little Bootsy said on a video, Bill Cosby should be free. Yeah, he should be. Because he's being locked up for cheating on his wife. Something between him and his wife. Seal posts photos on Oprah with Weinstein, asking why didn't she report? I don't get that one, but okay. Somebody may figure that out. Let's see here. What we have here in the middle. Snoop Dogg support Bill Cosby. Threats Gayle and Oprah. Now, you know what? We already know Snoop didn't. But what I don't like is when Oprah told that bald-faced lie and said that Bill Cosby, who was in jail, was Twittering. They don't let people get in jail on computers on social media. They can get on computers, but they have it very limited what they can do. They can't get on no social media. They can't do no emails and all that. But see, Oprah, I told you, she a master manipulator. 50 Cent spread the threat of Snoop Dogg. So what y'all trying to say? Kobe's death served as a misdirection for both the Weinstein trial of black men being called out. And you know something, Lisa Cabrera said, she said, I wonder is this a distraction? Because there's a major trial going on. Weinstein with his illiform penis. Make you wonder, make you question things. And they don't question none of these. None of them. I found out this dude right here, he anally raped a chick. And they don't say nothing. And you know why they don't say nothing? Because they know their place. And they don't look at black men as a form of anything. This motherfucker, 27 women that we know of. Gayle used to screw him, and she still may remain friends with him. All right? Let's keep that on your frontal lobe. So as we continue on my royal family, let's get over here. Well, some fake folks felt some kind of way saying, I stand with Gayle. And they said, well, I stand with Snoop. So, I stand with Snoop when the white sexual predators don't have documentaries and are free, but black men go to jail. Go ahead, sister. One of them is our president. You know, there's some right here. We're looking right at him. Ain't did a day in jail. It is what it is. America. America? How do you dismiss 16 bullets? So, one hashtag going to the next hashtag, and people are free to express thyself. And people are saying who they will stand with and don't stand with. So, I stand with Snoop. Oprah and Gayle have gotten away with murder. They love to attack black men. R. Kelly, MJ, Kobe, Russell Simmons, while ignoring the sins of the friends. Besides, Oprah had a threesome with Weinstein. Oh, so let's hear what they have to say here. Let's get back over here.
He's literally the wingman.
Okay.
Going out and getting tail. And I guess
okay.
Wait. She's well known with Weinstein.
Okay.
That cares. Meanwhile, she's literally the wingman going out and getting tail. And I guess you're going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to say it. She's well known with Weinstein to enjoy tail together. The word is she gets in bed with, I got Hollywood contacts. People see Oprah and Weinstein. They go in the room with a couple hot young chicks, and it's party time.
Well, you've seen that picture of her handing over that, I think she's a British R&B singer.
Yeah, the hot blonde.
The hot blonde. And the way Weinstein is touching her,
And the blonde's holding on to her. The blonde's like a little monkey clinging on. The blonde is like, help me.
It's like something out of ISIS, like Pakistan or something, where they're handing over these little boys to the other jihadists, and there's sort of this trepidation, like, am I doing this? Are we really doing this? Yes, it'll be okay, sweet one. It'll be okay. It's demon stuff.
She's handing a woman over to a famous rapist.
Yes, and
woman that
wow.
She's literally the
Woo! When folks be bringing shit up. Oh, wait. Juicy. I didn't expect that you know what, my royal family, how I'm doing this? I'm just going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of just picking some stuff here and there, you know, because it was a lot going on Twitter. Okay? Now, what we got here is Al Sharpton, cooning. Let's listen to some cooning. Now, before we get there, what do Al Sharpton have to say? Because, you know, he got to keep his pockets full. We need to stop this and stop it right now. You can call me soft, a sellout, or whatever you want to call me, but I stand with Gayle King on this one, sharing my thoughts around Gayle King, Snoop Dogg, Kobe Bryant controversy. Okay, this is some bullshit. But this Negro, that's why we don't fucks with you. Wait a minute. That's why we don't fucks with you, Al Sharpton. This one of these damn gatekeepers. And see, we need to hear it. I know y'all don't want to hear, but we gonna hear this shit. We gonna hear this shit tonight. Gatekeeper. Listen to him. Watch him buck. Go ahead. Do that dance.
What it is to become a Gayle King, to fight gender bias and race bias and walk in studios that didn't invite you, or an Oprah for that matter. It's hard to be a Snoop Dogg, to come out of the streets. All of us have a hard road to travel, and when we start shooting at each other, and when we start getting in the way of doing each other's jobs and threatening each other and acting like it's acceptable for us to be ugly because we may disagree on timing, that's when some of us must step up and say, hold it, we need to stop this and stop it now. So you can call me soft or sell out, whatever you want to call me, but I'm going to stand up for Gayle King on this one. She doesn't deserve that.
You know, God bless you, Reverend Al, for defending a black female journalist who had her life threatened on Instagram and who was called extraordinarily foul things. But let me ask you this question, because...
Okay, we enough of this. Now, this is what I want to say. I'm glad that I see sort of a political face. This is not a good time to piss off black people. We are in a political season. Again, this is not a good time to piss off black people. Democratic Party. We are in a political season. As we continue on, my royal family. You know, nobody don't want to talk about this. They don't want to talk about this. She was wrong. And I learned something in the process today. I did not know they had a set of rules for journalists. And that was a violation. That was a violation. But you want to show respect for this. And Kobe's dead. And you hung with Kobe. And all those things that you do. And then you wait till he died. And you show the utmost disrespect. Ain't never ever seen him do it with black folks. Okay, we see a picture of them together. All right. Do they look threatened? Snoop didn't threaten them. You know what? Where is the receipts, Gayle and Oprah, of Gayle being threatened? Now remember, this thread that I'm showing y'all, this is the people are saying what they're saying about standing with Snoop, since people are standing with Gayle. And overall, what I was reading, the majority of what I was reading was standing with Gayle. I'm thinking people was going to show support for Gayle, and they showed how ridiculous it was with what they were saying and stuff. And I don't blame them. Yeah. I don't even have to hard to read it. This speaks for itself. This is a damn shame. They're going to have this at the Staples Center at 10 o'clock in the morning. You know, it's going to be a long day, and it will be televised, and it will be on the internet. That this is what this is all about. And it has brought this to a head that it morphed into all of this. This is really sad. So, let's go on to the next thing, the last part of this. I was talking about Taj Jackson. And Taj had a lot to say. And last year, me and Lisa Cabrera interviewed Taj and Brandy Jackson. And you could tell they were raised well, they're good. And like I said, Taj has been warning the family for years about Oprah and other people that he would get feelings about. He's been in this nasty, vicious, visceral industry. So let's start here. This is 11-second clipping that somebody put on Taj's Twitter. How Gayle King saw the documentary before the premiere, and MJ family didn't have a chance to see it before. They had to see it on the premiere like the rest of the world. Okay? Keep that on your frontal lobe. And this is what she asked him, and I'll play it a few times because it's just 11 seconds. Show you how disrespectful she is and continue to be.
It's hard for you to sit here and say the documentary isn't telling the truth when you haven't seen the documentary. Shouldn't you see the documentary,
I don't
Jackie?
care to say no, because I know my brother. I don't have to see the documentary.
So, guys, it's hard for you to sit here and say the documentary isn't telling the truth when you haven't seen the documentary. Shouldn't you see the documentary,
I don't
Jackie?
care to say no, because I know my brother. I don't have to see the documentary.
So, guys, it's hard for you to sit here and say the documentary isn't telling the truth when you haven't seen the documentary. Shouldn't you see the documentary,
I don't
Jackie?
care to say no, because I know my brother. I don't have to see the documentary.
So, guys, it's hard for you to sit here and say the documentary isn't telling the truth when you haven't seen the documentary. Shouldn't you see the documentary,
I don't
Jackie?
care to say no, because I know my brother.
Now, you see how disrespectful that shit is? That is his family. And to be that disrespectful of somebody's family, and you sit before black men, 4 kings, that's their blood, and you want them to say something nefarious against their own family. I stand with Snoop Dogg fully. Gayle wasn't threatened. She wasn't threatened. Because she would show something. She was lying. So I want to play this next one for y'all. Let's not forget when Oprah went on Michael Jackson's smearing tour straight after his death, asking the same degrading questions to his grieving mother and Lisa Marie Presley.
No. June 25th. He thought of himself as ugly, changed his nose, and his nose got smaller and smaller. Alleged drug overdose. Maybe he was on drugs. Who knows whether he was on drugs. And remember that day he came in what looked like his pajamas. Was there a part of you that wanted to believe him, but you knew? Did you ever, for one instant, ever think that there was a possibility?
Okay, what we got going here? Got a little glitch. Let's go back and see what we can get this going. Let's see here.
That he could be guilty of molesting a child. No. June 25th. Dr. Conrad Murray. Do you think he murdered your son? What did you think of the way he was raising them? Blanket was held out the window. We would see the children walking around with the veils on. Do you think it's good for the children to be out in public and not veiled? Do you think that's good?
We read an excerpt of what you wrote the day after Michael died. The person I failed to help is being transferred right now to the LA County Coroner's Office. And right now, I am gutted, empty, dug out. Did you suspect a drug problem? There was a big part of you that wanted to see the truth.
The truth in what way?
The truth about drugs. Ever seen any inappropriate behavior between Michael Jackson and young children?
Mm-hmm. Are you asking me again?
I'm asking you again.
Absolutely not in any way. Mm-hmm. I did not see anything.
So you never saw anything, and to this day, you don't believe that any of those charges were true?
I never saw anything like that.
You see? Highly disrespectful. Highly disrespectful. I want to read some stuff that Taj said here that was really, really deep. Taj said on February 6th, using the word victim instead of accuser is a clever tactic they use to influence people's view, especially when the man isn't here to defend himself anymore. I'm getting major deja vu. Remember what family this is. This is the Jacksons. They deal with this every day. Damn near. And let me go over here and skip here. February 6th again. Last year was absolute hell for my family. We tried to warn everyone that there was a bigger agenda at play. People are now starting to finally wake up and see it. My heart goes out to the Bryant family who has to deal with this hateful nonsense. And the agenda is to continue to fully disrespect the black man at will. And when a black man fully expresses his pain, stop trying to be extra polite and say, fuck you, bitch. Oh, then everybody wants to hear and wants to say that a black man is being disrespectful because you don't want to show any respect to him at all. And to sit up and ask someone's mama those type of questions. You don't bring stuff to, certain things you never bring to a mother after her child has to decease, or even when her child is even around. She wants to see her child the way she wants to see her child. And she's supposed to defend her child to the fullest. So within that tweet, when he was talking about how in that interview with Lisa Leslie, when she used the word victim opposed to accuser, you know what they doing? They masters at this. Let's see here. I was looking for something in here. Because a lot of people had stuff to say, and people are still saying stuff. Yeah, like somebody put right here. Yeah, but the case, it was dismissed because the victim in the case refused to testify. At the end of the day, my royal family, and at the beginning of the day, and in the middle of the day, and all through the damn day, when will the world fully ever respect the black man? The very day. the very day, my kings, when you fully stand up, and we will stand up with you too, your queens. One thing that I can guarantee you, the entire globe will bow down to you. You are the father of civilization. And it is sad that it has to come to this. This, like, our war is multiple, and y'all already know it, my kings. I have always been like this. I was raised by a king. I'm married to a king, and I birthed two kings. I love my grandfather. I love my great-grandfather dearly. And I thank our Father for blessing me to have relationships with kings. And that is why I address you the way that I address you, with the utmost respect. And even the ones that have broke my heart, they're still my kings. We just couldn't make it. I have my issues with those individuals. And us queens need to get that clear. That was that individual that hurt you, not the overall black men. And we have to, not behind the closed doors, we have to display our respect for our kings. That's why I address our men the way that I do. My kings, my queens, my royals. Because remember, when you are disrespecting our kings, you are disrespecting Yahweh. So, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.